Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of the Financial Alchemy series. Today we are covering identity and how you can use it to speed up your money manifesting. So I'm going to share. And I also have a special guest today, one of my clients. They're going to share their story of how they were able to manifest over 100K in 30 days. Oh, hey, thanks for joining. Yes, it's a juicy training. We're talking about how to shift your identity so you can easily manifest more money. This is a lot of people, I know manifesting money is a very popular topic and there's a lot of content out there. And so because there's so much content out there, I think people get lost and overcomplicate it. But this method of focusing on your identity is really the best way to easily manifest more money and make it a constant thing, because I'm sure that you've tried manifestation methods, right? You tried manifestation methods and you'll get the money, but then something will happen and you'll lose the money. Well, when you focus on your identity, this is going to help you not only speed up your manifestations, but actually make it something more consistent. And you can also use it to increase your financial thermometer, because one thing that people forget when they're manifesting is to lock in that feeling. Like, say, this is my new normal. Like, say you're trying to manifest for your launch and you hit your launch goal, but then after your launch, you're back to the same energetic frequency or level. So you're always going high and then coming down, up and down, up and down. When you focus on the who you are in relation to money and how you make your money, you can just stay here. You no longer have to keep going up and down when it comes to manifesting money. So I wanted to share this. This is the neurological levels. This is something that we learn in neuro-linguistic programming as coaches. And it's about the logical levels of change. So a lot of people, when they're trying to manifest money or they're trying to make something happen, they focus on the lower 3. They focus on their environment. They focus on their behavior, like their habits, like they're trying to change their money habits, or they focus on their skills and capabilities, like, yeah, I need to get this certification so I make more money, or, oh, I need to take this course so I make more money. When you really should start at the top, like your identity. I am someone that makes over $10,000 a month. I am someone that makes a minimum of $20,000 a month, right? And so once you say, I am this person, then you make sure that you align your motivation and your purpose to it. And so this locks it in. This locks in your financial level, your financial frequency. Because going up and down is what's making you feel burnt out and making you feel like you don't have any control in the amount of money that you make in your business. When you do. In your business, you should be able to expect a certain result from the actions that you take, or you should also be able to expect a certain result from the content that you post. So let's talk about identity. So these are questions that you should ask yourself to be sure and to get started on this identity work. So who am I? And do I reflect that in the way that I live? Identity is your sense of self, your core beliefs, and your values. And this level can be summed up by these questions. Who am I? How do I think about myself? What do I stand for? What is my vision of life? Is the current reality I'm experiencing an expression of who I am? Because if you're someone that wants to make a certain amount of money, you have to think about the person with that identity. Does a person with this identity live the way that I live now? And if you're not someone, if you want to live a life of luxury and you're currently in an environment where that doesn't scream luxury, you can start, what would that person that is used to living in luxury do with this particular environment? Because it's not really about the environment, it's about you and how you interact with that environment. So for example, let's use fitness. So if you're someone that is really focused, a fit person, people will identify you as someone that's into fitness. You are a fitness guru. You're someone that's very into your physical form. Would you worry about it raining outside? Would you get deterred by it raining outside to work out? Would you all of a sudden see that it's raining outside and say, oh, I guess I'm not working out today? No, right? You would do a home workout instead, because you are a fit person. You're someone that's very interested in your physical fitness. So you are going to make sure that you complete that act of physical fitness, even if it is raining outside. So the same thing applies to if you're someone that is wealthy. If you're someone that's wealthy, then you are going to focus on that feeling. You're going to focus on being the person that acts wealthy. So if I'm in an environment where I don't really like it, like say if we checked into a hotel that didn't scream luxury, I have my lotions, I'm still going to make the bed, I'm still going to fold my clothes in the corner, hang up my clothes. Like it's just, that is my essence. That no matter where you go, you are that wealthy person. No matter what's in your bank account, you are that wealthy person, right? So you need to work on the inner reality, so then the external reality will actually catch up. Especially when it comes to money manifesting, there's going to be a period of time before your external reality is going to catch up to your internal reality. I'm going to share a story about identity, because this is very, very important. I really want you to answer these questions on here and look around you. Like, am I the person that makes six figures? Because I remember I was out with friends. This is when I first started my practice, and I was working really hard, but I still wasn't shifting into the identity of a successful hypnotherapist. I was just going through the motions. I was setting up my sales funnel. I was, creating the programs and doing my stuff in Canva, whatever like that. And so I went out to dinner with friends, and I was talking to them, and I was like, wow, I can hit 1 million. I told my friends this. I was like, yeah, I can hit 1 million. And they looked at me like, okay. Like, it was just kind of like I said something really stupid. Like I said something dumb. And I was like, I couldn't believe they reacted that way. But now, and so I was upset with them for a bit when that happened, because I was like, oh, they don't support me. But imagine someone that isn't embodying that. I wasn't embodying someone that would hit $1 million in sales at the time. I was like stressed all over the place, emotional roller coaster. I was not embodying that. So of course they didn't believe me, right? But now when I say, oh yeah, I think I'm going to hit 10 million by 2024 or 2020 or late 2023, they're like, oh wow, that's amazing. Because now I'm embodying that bitch. Like, I am $1 million hypnotist. Like, I embody that now. I didn't always do that. And this was just a few years ago. I didn't come out the womb like, hey, I'm a millionaire, mommy, what's up? I did come out the womb. Can you imagine? Like, what's up? I'm a millionaire. No, I did not come out the womb with this energy. It was just a few years ago that I started to do this work around my identity. And if you're someone that needs external validation, then write down what do I need? What needs to happen in order for me to see myself as this person? what needs to happen in order for me to believe that this is possible? Because that is what is because that's when the magic starts to happen. It's not about you lighting a particular incense. It's not about you doing a full moon ritual. It's not, it's really about you and how you feel when you look in the mirror. Who do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see a six-figure entrepreneur? Do you see a seven-figure entrepreneur? Do you see an eight-figure entrepreneur? So this is work that I'm doing as I'm shifting into seeing myself as someone. I never thought that I'm now trying to shift into an eight-figure identity. So that's the work that I'm doing. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at my life. I'm looking at the choices, my behavior, everything, my thoughts. Like, what do I think on the daily? Does this align with an eight-figure entrepreneur? Is an eight-figure entrepreneur worry about this? Does an eight-figure entrepreneur do this? No. And so, yes, no, yes. So I go through the day talking to myself, essentially checking myself to make sure that I am aligning with this image of an eight-figure version of myself. And this is what I did to align with the six-figure version of myself. And this is also what I did to align with the seven-figure version of myself. I'm going to share a reel about how I tweeted something in 2020. In 2020, I did a thread about what shifts that I'm making to hit seven figures in 2020. And I did this right before lockdown. I tweeted this right before lockdown. So I did not know what was to come. I didn't know what was to come. So I was like, 3 shifts I'm going to make to hit to hit seven figures in 2020. And then I posted it. And then lockdown happened shortly after. And that's when I hit seven figures later that year. I hit seven figures and I still hit seven figures in 2020 because even though lockdown happened, the shifts that I was making were internal shifts. I did not say, oh, I'm going to travel around. I'm going to do a tour, a cruise or anything like that. And then lockdown happens. The shifts that I talked about in my thread, they were shifts that I needed to make internally. And so I still made those shifts internally and I hit seven figures in 2020. And I tweeted it and it happened, and I did it and I did the work and it happened. And one of the shifts was my identity. Did I truly embody the person that people can go to help them shift their financial beliefs, to help them align with their future selves? Am I this person that people can come to? And so I did the work in order to become that person. I did the work in order for people to see me as that person and invest energetically or financially in my products and services to get a certain result. So people know that when they purchase my products and services, they need to be a certain type of person to make sure that they get those results. So it's me. So when I show up, I make sure that I'm sending out that energy that I'm someone that you have to be about your business in order to make sure that you get the results. These are self-hypnosis systems. I don't sell courses, I sell systems. And so you need to be able to tap in and really just follow the plan, and then you will get results. And so I had to do that identity work. And that was the key to me making six figures. That was the key to me hitting seven figures. So I want to tell you the story. So I'm going backwards now. So now let's talk about how I shifted into six figures, because that's probably what you really want to do, right? So when I moved to LA because I was working on certain particular certification. And so the move to LA, I said, I need to I have to close my other businesses and I have to shift into this practice. I really want to build this practice because at the time I was running 4 businesses technically. But I wanted to focus on my practice and I really wanted to build it. So I had to see myself as a hypnotherapist. I couldn't just say I'm someone that helps people with business funding anymore. I couldn't just say I help entrepreneurs with their mindset. I had to say I'm a hypnotherapist. And once I made that shift internally, I am a hypnotherapist in my mind. I am a hypnotherapist. I said this to myself. I start to get clients immediately. I went to get my nails done. I got a client there. And this is like without me posting on Instagram or anything. This is offline. I went to a party. And this is also how I shifted from $111 packages to my first $1,000 package, right? So I was selling my sessions for $111. Can you imagine? My hypnotherapy sessions used to be $111, angel numbers. And then as I started to get more people and see their results, that solidified my belief in myself as a hypnotherapist. So that strengthened my identity. I had to make sure I said, if I see this, if this person gets this result, then I'm a really good hypnotherapist. And so I would wait for them to share their testimonial or their results with me. I'm like, so how was the interview? How was the presentation? Did you get the job? Were you able to quit smoking? Were you able to do it? And they're like, yes. So I got the evidence of that. I wrote down, I said, if these people do this, then that means I'm definitely a good hypnotherapist. I had to make those rules of reality for myself so I could really lock in this identity of a hypnotherapist. And so locking in this identity of a hypnotherapist, after they told me, yes, this worked, I was like, all right, I'm a hypnotherapist. My shoulders high. I went to an after party and I was talking to a group of people that I talked to this guy who was like, oh, so what do you do? I was like, I'm a hypnotherapist. I help high performers get to the next level. I don't know where that came from, but I think because he said high performers during the night and then it just stuck with me. And he's like, oh, wow, I was actually searching for a hypnotherapist because I have to give presentations and I don't know why, but I get nervous. And he's like, how much is a session? And so I knew with this guy, he's wearing like designer and we were in like a mansion in LA. And so I was like, all right, this is not a guy that you charge $111 for. And I said, my sessions are $1,000. And he was like, oh, okay, that's not too bad. But it wasn't too wild for him for the value of something unknown, but it was aligned with his vision of the value of what I could give him, right? And so once I said that to him, and then I had sessions with him, and he got not only a great review on the presentation, but ended up getting the raise. It was done. It was set. It was done. So $1,000 and up from there. I raised my prices after I proved it to myself. So you have to work on your identity. So you have to give yourself certain rules or certain things. Like, what do I need to see in order to believe this about myself? If you're struggling. And so my name is Juliet. So your identity determines your belief, and your belief determines your behavior. When your identity is out of alignment with your goals, you're never going to take the actions needed to achieve those goals. And so you're a reflector in human design, so you're not supposed to have labels. How do I build an identity without conforming to labels? Okay, so y'all, human design is a framework. You can put labels if it helps. Like, there's certain, like, with everything, you don't have to like hold on to it, because I have clients that are like projectors and they're like, I have to wait for a sign. I'm like, girl, if you don't get to work, you're gonna wait for eviction notice. So it's like, when you look at human design, don't like hold on tight to that. In terms of labels, you're not supposed to have labels. It means that you're most likely going to be evolving based on the situation, based on that time, right? So if you don't have labels now, it's just like you have temporary labels. So I am shifting into motherhood. I am shifting into teacher. I am shifting into this. It really means that you're just going to be flowing through life. Like, you're not going to be locked in. Yeah. Manifested, people were just waiting looking around like, okay, if you don't get to work, like these human design is just a framework. So don't take the messages like just don't hold on to those, because I'm a generator, right? So if I just said I only do things that I love, I would be broke because I love sleeping. I just love sleeping. I would have no money. I wouldn't be on this live. I would be taking a nap in the park. That would be my job. I don't think anyone's hiring for naps in the park. So you have to don't hold on to those labels, and those are frameworks, okay? Like I have clients, my projector clients, like I love them, but they drive off the wall because they're always like, I need to wait for permission. Girl, if you don't put that webinar out, you are going to be waiting for that eviction notice, okay? So with labels, with human design, with your Enneagram, all of those are just like frameworks for you to get to know yourself a little bit more, but really don't hold on too tight to those things. Those are just frameworks. So essentially, this is the perfect slide. Your future self will be a different person, regardless of effort and intention. Change is inevitable. Like, you're gonna get older. Your projectors, don't wait for the invitation. So when, like, and then waiting for the invitation is usually like, you can see it as like seeing a sign. You know, the invitation can be the person just being there, their presence in your feed, their presence in your group, their presence, it could be the invitation. They don't have to be like, they don't have to roll out a red carpet, be like, hello, help me. They'll need to like send you a paperless post, like, could you help me? Paperless post. No, it's like the invitation could just be their presence there, right? That could be the invitation. So it's like, growth is optional. We're going to get older. Time is passing by. Where do you want to be in 30 days? Where do you want to be in 90 days? Where do you want to be in 6 months? You know? So you have to, please don't wait for the invitation. Please, just say, oh yeah, I feel the invitation, I'm just going to keep doing it. Because I have projectors, they will take so many courses and retreats and projects, all these things, and never launch. And I'm like, you are going to make me lose my edges, ma'am. I need you to launch. I need you to move. That's the invitation. I'm inviting you. I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to send her a pigeon carrier. You are invited to launch. You're invited. I'm inviting you to launch. I'm inviting you to make some money. That's what I'm inviting you to do. So with human design, you cannot take it too hard. Oh, hey, Melissa. Okay, so Melissa is my guest for today. She's my client that actually hit her first 100K in 30 days. And share her story, because I just shared my story, but I feel like I don't want you guys to think like I'm just talking to myself. This actually works. There are real people that do this, and I'm going to be sharing other people's stories about how they did they slept their way to 100K in 30 days, in 90 days, in 6 months, in a year. It's all up to you. Hey, Melissa. How you doing?
Hi, Juliet. Hey, everybody.
So tell everyone what you do, what's your label, what's your identity.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, so hi, I'm Melissa B. McCall, also known as the Sailing Bee. I'm an associate broker, so I'm a real estate agent. I have been full-time for about 5 years now, or 3 of the 5, and I'm a mom of 6 beautiful kids. The oldest is 15. The youngest is 1 year old as of last Wednesday, which is so cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love teaching. I'm a former education person, so a former teacher in the public school system. We now homeschool our kids, and Coming along to your work, Juliet, has been so life-changing for me, especially when it comes to figuring out how to not hustle, but make some amazing things happen inside of the world of money. Yeah.
Awesome. And so when we started to work together, I was like, all right, so you're gonna make 100K in 30 days. And you're like, excuse me?
Yes.
What? What is that? 100, what?
Come again? Come again?
And it didn't seem possible, right? But
Yeah.
setting that financial thermometer, like setting that, it's like if you shoot for the stars, it's okay if you land on the moon, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
so what happened when you actually set that goal for yourself?
Yeah. So when I set the goal for myself, of course, like Juliet said, I was like freaking out because the major thing that stuck out to me was, if I've got to go public with this, like, what if I don't hit it? And this is going to be so embarrassing. And I know there are a lot of people who are watching and all of that, but she totally brought me back down to earth. And let me just say, so when she coaches you one-on-one, the thing that I recognized very quickly on was how her level of faith was just to the roof. So if we were talking about the 100K in 30 days, Juliet is not saying if you get it. She was just like, okay, so when you get it, da 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 da. And I was, okay, sure. When I get it, it's been such a help even of confirming the identity that I wasn't walking in before, that I now am a testament to. It's been so awesome. So yeah, since then though, like I said, my level of faith is beyond the roof. 100K in 30 days is totally possible now. I can say that it is possible, and it's possible without the hustle. I did not have to scrounge for this like I have when I was involved in other network marketing businesses, when I was teaching full-time and working as a real estate agent part-time. Like, can I say this came with so much fun and ease? And by the way, since y'all have been talking about human design, I'm also a generator. And so I realized early on, like, I need to find the things that I'm going to be doing. I would like for the majority of these things to be fun. If I can align with whatever those activities are, this is what makes it easy, what makes it like I'm not even working. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And then what was one thing that really the thing I want to ask you, but I feel like it's when you had to negotiate. It was during a negotiation.
Yes.
And she was like, this is my new worth. And this was someone that knew this is going to come up when you're doing this work. People are going to be used to the old version of you. You have to stay strong, because eventually your external reality is going to catch up with your internal reality. This includes friends, families, old clients that were used to the old version of you. And so what was your test?
Oh goodness. Okay. So calling in the luxury clients, so a higher price point in my market is what I was calling in order to hit this 100K in 30 days. And out of the blue, guys, like, there was a past client who I had tried to help sell their property about 2 years ago. And there's a whole thing that I can't really go into, but it was just it wasn't a good situation. There wasn't lots of cooperation. And I could have sold it 5 times, but because of the lack of cooperation, it did not follow through, and the condition of the home at the time. Well, out of the blue, this client calls me back, and it did not end well. Initially, how we ended the first meeting did not end well. And he calls back and he wants me to work with him on the sale of this home. And he's very apologetic about, what happened before. And he wants to like use my expertise. And I was very standoffish in a way. Let me say, I had my wall up. I was open, but I had my wall up. Yeah, for sure. And so I walked in, and before we even made the schedule, I was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. Let's talk about what the expectations will be moving forward. And upon doing that, like, He said, great. Went, saw the house. He had put a lot of work into it. It looked absolutely amazing. But little did he know that one of the lessons that I learned was this time moving forward, I'm going to be setting some boundaries if I'm working with this particular client, and actually any other client where it feels sketchy, you know, or if I'm not sure. So I set the boundary, and I had no idea that he was going to respond in the way that he did. He became very angry. He began to test my level of expertise because the number that I came up with was not what he was expecting. And due to all of this energy and this emotion that was coming through, I was like, man, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna take this. And there was such a groundedness. I knew that that the work had your work had become present and was living through me. Like this was so amazing because I sat there and I let him be who he was in that moment. But then I said, I hear you. I understand where you're coming from, but this is what I do and this is what I've come up with. And if we're going to be moving forward, this is what the expectation is. We stayed there for like an hour and a half in this. He would not let me leave.
Like that P. Diddy.
Yeah,
like...
yeah. He was like, this was the biggest test, Juliet. He was like, so are you really, like, this is an amazing listing. Are you really going to let this listing go because of this, that we can't come to an agreement on the numbers and da-da-da-da-da? And I was like, yes. I said yes, because this is not the only listing in this price range. I can get this anywhere else. You are not the only one, boo. You know, and sure enough, guys, I kid you not, I let it go even in my spirit. I was like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to chase after this deal. It's totally okay. And a week and a half later, he contacts me back. He wants to book my services. He even told me, he said, so many other agents have wanted to grab this listing and they've told me exactly what I wanted to hear. And the reason why I'm coming back to you is because you had a method, you had a formula, and you stood in what you were saying. And this Melissa, the $1 million Melissa, she showed up at the interview and she let it go. And I walked away feeling so confident, Julia. I walked away feeling like I have passed the test. I did reach out to you and I was second guessing myself because Melissa was trying to come back in. But like ultimately when I walked away from that, even though I was still feeling the energy from him, but I felt like I had done exactly what I was supposed to do. And we now have this almost $1 million listing. Well, I'll say almost $800,000 listing. And it is beautiful. It's something that I am very proud to be able to represent for sure.
Amazing. And so that kicked it off, and then it's like, and then from there that really just solidified to you like, this is it, I'm in this timeline, I am this person, this $1 million Melissa. And then it just started to all fall into place as soon as you just flip that switch.
Yes
Flip that switch, it just starts to align. And so, and it's like, and Melissa is one of hundreds of clients this has happened for. That's why I'm so like confident, and people are like, oh, you're a know-it-all. I only speak about what I know. Like if you ask me like, how do I get somebody to call you back, I'm like, I don't know, girl. But if you say, how can I start this business in 60 days, okay, girl, let's do it. Like I only talk about what I know. If you want to make some money, I'm the girl for you. I am for you. I'm here. And so Melissa's in real estate. This is for healers. This is for coaches. This is for consultants. This is for creatives. This is something, even I work with actors as well, influencers. So it's like the 100K is not, I would tell everyone we're going to start. So like with Flip the Switch to 10K weeks, we're going to work on our 100K and 30-day plan. Everyone's going to set up their plan. And then they're going to just do it, because it's like, if you have 100K in 30 days and you hit 50K, is anyone going to come up to you and slap you? No one's, no, you're not going to get hit. Like no one's coming to beat you up. That's like a Nigerian thing. Like, are they going to beat me? what I want. So that's what I keep talking about. That like, Julia, why are you talking about violence so much? It sounds better in Igbo than it does in English, but it sounds less threatening. But it's like once you set that goal for yourself and you see that identity and get your beliefs behind it, and then take those actions aligned with those beliefs, that's when you see the results. It's not about just like a sales funnel. It's not about having the perfect branding, because you didn't have like your client that now you have this $800 listed. It wasn't because you posted a carousel. He wasn't like, oh, that carousel is fire, let me just call it. No, it's because of who you are. And that, so who you are is what you allow into your orbit. And it also defines what you accept. Yes. Because as you're leveling up to more elite clientele, and as you're shifting to higher prices, or even just getting behind your work more and showing up more, you have to stand in that power, because you're going to have people that test you. Your external reality is going to take a minute before it aligns with your internal reality. But if you maintain that internal reality, it works out. And so now this 100K in 30 days is going to be your new normal. This is because the thing that you changed was internal.
Yes.
It wasn't that you have to be scrambling to do certain things. It's like now you're on that frequency. Now you're on this new financial frequency, and it's locked in. So it's like no matter what you do, it's always going to end up panning out to 100K. Yeah. And if you guys think about your past or your current reality, you always have a certain amount in your bank account, no matter what. Even if it's negative, you're like, it's still the same negative amount, right? You're like, everyone pretty much has the same amount in their bank account each week, each month, right? Or in the same amount of sales each month. So now what you have to do is raise that financial frequency and lock it in tight. And so now you'll make more each month. Yes. Now you can make a minimum of 100K each month, because you locked in that frequency, because you locked in that identity. And so if you are in real estate, Melissa's actually hosting a workshop that she goes into depth what she did in real estate, because I'm not in real estate. And so this is when you really want an expert to guide you in this process. If you're someone in real estate, you want to learn how to make 100K in 30 days in real estate, Melissa can guide you. When is the workshop?
Yeah, so the first workshop that we have coming up is called 5 Subconscious Sales Strategies for Six-Figure Real Estate Months. So that's coming up on next Monday on the 21st, and it's at 6 o'clock. That is absolutely free, actually. So I'm going to start giving you some tidbits to the whole thing. I can add a link, I guess, in the comments below. Yeah, for sure. To that.
Yeah.
And then after that, if you plug into that, then you're more than likely going to get access to the 100K in 30 days. So this is the exactly what I did inside of real estate to get this 100K months, what I'm doing this month as well to generate it for the next month, and what I will continue to do. I'm going to tell you all about those things. And then of course there's a live this Friday as well at 3 o'clock where I'm going to talk about tapping into unexpected places for luxury clients if you're wanting to attract those clients. That'll be live this Friday as well. So definitely, if you don't mind, Juliet, follow. And
follow.
Yeah, follow if you want to. Make sure you don't miss that, because I'll be announcing it on my page, all of that information. And then I will include the link. I'm going to see if it'll let me paste. No, it won't. Okay. Well, I was going to include the link so that way you can tap into the webinar that's going to be on Monday.
Is it in your bio on your page? Is it in your bio on your page?
Yeah, actually it is. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So once you follow me, go to my bio, and there's a link there in my bio, and you definitely want to click on the 5 Subconscious Sales Strategies link, and it'll take you straight to it so you can register and get linked in.
Yay. And so what's your @ just in case for people on YouTube so they can find you on Instagram?
My what on YouTube?
Your account, your @ at Melissa? Is it
Oh, at Melissa Brown McCall. Sorry.
It's okay.
At Melissa Brown McCall. Yes, you can find me there.
So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, check out Melissa on Instagram and click the link in her bio to join the live. And there will be a replay just in case they missed it, right? They can still catch the replay to get. So
absolutely.
I know I have some real estate folks that follow me on YouTube and on here. So definitely check out Melissa for some in-depth strategies on how to get to your six-figure months.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much, Juliet.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for trusting me with your subconscious.
Yes, girl, all day long, all day long. I am such a huge fan of yours, and I'm so thankful for you to be in my life. I really am.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Melissa. All right, everyone, follow Melissa. I don't know what the finger is. Or I'm going to poke you in the eye. Okay. I'm so violent today. What's going on?
Poking in the eye, slapping folks.
All right. Is the identity work the foundation to new embodiment? You can't get one without the other. So I think this is the fastest. So for some people, bye, Melissa. Thank you for joining me.
Yes. Let's see. How do I get out of here?
I'll try. So embodiment. So okay.
I'll leave.
Oh, okay. Bye. So with identity work, I've noticed that it is the fastest way. I have, depending on one-on-one clients, some clients I do other things with them, but I've noticed that this is the fastest way for you to do it on your own, to start with identity versus starting with behavior. Like a lot of people try to change their habits, like going live every day and doing this. But if you're going live every day and you're coming on live, you're like, hey, y'all, here's my stuff. Like, that's not going to really get you the sales versus you maybe thinking like, I'm the shit, my stuff works. I'm the best coach. I'm the best real estate agent. I'm the best this, and you jump on live once. That's more powerful than you jumping on live every day without that energy or with that alignment. So this identity work is key to that. And so I'm just going to wrap up. So with the six-figure identity hypnosis in Sleep Your Way to 100K, you're able to become the future version of yourself, the you that runs a multiple six-figure business. So with Sleep Your Way to 100K, there's 5 layers that we work with. So first we clear your beliefs, then we work on your identity, and then we lock in your values. Then we lock in luck. We actually install luck into your subconscious so you don't feel that shakiness anymore. Like that is really when you kind of settle your nervous system and regulate it. And then we lock in your the financial alchemy. And so these hypnosis audios are layered so you're able to hit all those points that we talked about earlier in the presentation. So that's basically the basis of Sleep Your Way to 100K. So you hit all those layers so you feel this full complete shift, and you're able to increase. And then there's also guides there, the Financial Alchemy 101. We dive in deeper in the workshop on how to up level and increase your financial thermometer so you can lock in this new financial frequency, so you don't always have to be scrambling for money. Like then you're thinking about, so it's like money becomes the least of your problems. That's my goal with this system, that money becomes the least of your problems. And if you want additional support, so Melissa started off in one of the self-hypnosis systems. Then she joined me in a group hypnosis. And then she was able to become a one-on-one client. And so I make sure that my products and services pay for themselves. So if you're going to do Sleep Your Way to 100K, you're going to manifest $2,000. People usually manifest $1,000 to $2,000 the first week, because I want it to be return on intention. Like I want you to take the program, listen to audios, manifest $1,000, $2,000, and there, you pay for the program. And so Flip the Switch to 10K weeks is for those of you that want to take it up a notch. If you want, you also get Sleep Your Way to 100K, Sleep Your Way to 500K, and Sleep Your Way to 7 figures. All of these are linked in my bio if you want to take a look and to learn more about the program. And you can also drop your questions below. Thank you so much for joining me live. I have to run to a team meeting, but I really appreciate you all taking time out of your day. What to do first? So you would start with Sleep Your Way to 100K in order to build the foundations. But you can join us and Flip the Switch to 10K weeks, and you get Sleep Your Way to 100K, Sleep Your Way to 500K, and Sleep Your Way to 7 figures. And then in Sleep Your Way to 10K weeks, you're going to create your custom schedule, your custom plan. And then we're also going to do your profit pathway for how you're going to get 100K in 30 days, 100K in 90 days, and 100K in 6 months. So we work together during that weekend to create those plans for you, and then we lock it into your subconscious mind with the group hypnosis sessions. Pretty powerful stuff. So if you need assistance with that work, definitely join Flip the Switch to 10K weeks, and then you'll be walking through the process of Sleep Your Way to 100K, Sleep Your Way to 500K, then Sleep Your Way to 7 figures. Awesome. All right, everyone. If you're watching the replay, drop any questions below. We'll be answering them through the week. And I'm going live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out the schedule on my feed because clearly I forgot what I'm talking about, but it's still going to be we're talking about money all week. So tap in. All right, everyone. Bye.